Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Laura and I play The Sims 2. So guys, welcome to another video, in fact the second part of my Uberhood introductions. If you guys didn't watch my first video introducing my Pleasant View introductions, highly recommend going back and checking it out. I do apologise by the lengthy video for that one though. It was 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours long. So yeah, I apologise about that, but I wanted to make sure I got every single bit of detail into that video and I was still quite happy with how it came out. I also want to thank all of you who commented on that last video. Sorry I've not got back to everyone, it's just been super busy in the past few days, but I greatly appreciate your feedback and yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. But anyhow, today guys, we are going to our next neighbourhood in our Uberhood, which is the notorious Strangetown. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Strangetown, it's another neighbourhood that came with the base game of The Sims 2. So you have three main hoods, you have Pleasant View, Strangetown and Veronaville. And Strangetown is typically one of them neighbourhoods which is a bit mysterious. It's in the name really, it's very strange. You know, I was talking, I've talked before about like mysteries in Strangetown, including the notorious Bella Goth. Now, Bella Goth is supposedly ended up in Strangetown. If you guys aren't familiar, she got abducted in Pleasant View by aliens, or that's the rumour. And then she ended up supposedly being seen in Strangetown. So that is one rumour that this town holds quite notoriously. But obviously you guys can do what you want with Bella Goth. I have incorporated Bella Goth into my story, but obviously I'm not going to spoil that for you guys yet. But she will be coming along very soon, so keep your fingers crossed guys. But anyway, so this is Strangetown, if you guys have not seen it. It's not a very big neighbourhood, it's quite small actually. I think it is actually the smallest neighbourhood throughout all of the neighbourhoods really. And it doesn't have that many lots, it only has about 2 community lots in fact, and then the rest are residential. But anyway, I quite like the size of Strangetown. I don't like massive neighbourhoods because they just overwhelm me a bit too much. I say that and I'm doing an Uberhood. Yeah, that makes sense, Laura, it really does, doesn't it? Ignore me guys. But anyway, so yeah, it's a fairly small neighbourhood. It's got about 6 or 7 families I want to say, including 2 Simbin families that you have to put into the game. But obviously it's got a lot of storyline to it as well, which I do particularly enjoy. You know, everyone enjoys a bit of storyline in The Sims 2. But yeah, so I have already played 1 year in my aging span of this neighbourhood as well as Pleasant View. So things, you will notice that things have changed. I've also renovated quite a lot of the lots. Well, I say I've renovated, I haven't renovated it. I've downloaded Fratana's makeovers of Strangetown. They're a lot nicer, a lot more realistic in my opinion, and they just look highly detailed, which I love about her renovations. So, and if you are interested guys, please check out her Tumblr. And just to mention, most of her lots are CC free, but do check that in her descriptions of her houses just to double check. But the ones I do have are CC free, so if you are interested in these houses, as I said, check out her Tumblr and have a look around because it's really nice. But anyway guys, so let's get into actually introducing some of these families. So the first family that we you know, sort of need to start playing with is the Curious household. Now the Curious household is made up of 3 brothers at the start of the game, but as you can see here we've got 2 new additions to the household. So the scripted event tells us to enter this household, and it is literally just Pascal, who is this person here, Vidkund and their younger brother Laszlo. So I have edited their bio. So I've wrote, the Curious brothers have always had an unhealthy relationship with science, but now Pascal and Vidkund have been gifted with 2 alien babies. Will they both pull together and teach them how to live like humans in this strange town? Laszlo, on the other hand, is planning on asking his girlfriend Crystal Vu to move into an already packed house. So yeah, So basically, at the start of the game, Pascal, the eldest brother, who's, as I said, the one in the middle right here, he is already alien pregnant in the start of the game. So he got abducted and he got impregnated by a Polynesian technician when he got abducted. And basically it just like tells you that he's pregnant, and then it also says that his next eldest brother Vidkind here is supposed to be looking up in the telescope, and he's supposed to be getting abducted as well. And obviously I followed through for that scripted event, and both these gentlemen got pregnant and had alien babies. Laszlo, on the other hand, he has not got a child by any alien or person as of yet. And he is, yeah, just chilling, as Laszlo does. And then obviously we've got the two babies here. So we've got Tycho Curious, who is Pascal's child. And then we have got Venus Curious, who is Vidkin's. Now, I thought it'd be quite fun to give them sciencey names, because obviously they're all scientists, or apart from Laszlo now, but I'll go into that as we get into the game. But anyway, guys, I will pull up into the Curious household and we will go through these characters in more detail. Okay, everybody, so we are in the Curious household, and as you can see, it looks very different. Now, for most of you who remember the Curious household, you will remember that this house had like layers and layers of like staircases, which like built up to like quite a high height, and it had like a telescope on the top up here. It's supposed to be like an old laboratory, that's a laboratory, sorry, that's why they went with that like version of the house. But I didn't like it. It was very out of place, I think, considering it was supposed to be an old laboratory, but oh my god, I keep saying it wrong, laboratory. So yeah, I downloaded this version by Fratana off her Tumblr, and I definitely think it looks a lot better. It still kind of looks like an old abandoned laboratory, like the way that it's built, the texture of the house, of the wallpapers and that. So, you know, I still think it's keeping like its essence of supposed to be in like an old laboratory, but at the same time, it still like looks kind of homely in a sense for these guys anyway. So let me take you through the house really quickly. So first of all, out here we've got like a little mini courtyard and with some cactuses, some desert plants. I've put in a triple driveway, so all the boys have got a car to put on the front of their lot. And then as we go through the house, so on the top bit here, we've got some solar panels, which obviously I think all these guys would be a bit eco-friendly. And then on the like second mini balcony down here, we've got a bubble blowing machine, which is Laszlo's, and then we've got a couple more telescopes over here. And then the way to get up here is by this staircase at the back. So on the actual top floor, we have got a landing area over here. We've got like a desk situated over here as well with a computer. And then we go off into the bedrooms. So over here is, I believe this is Vidkin's room, if I can remember. Yeah, I think this is Vidkin's room. And then we've got a bathroom over here. And then over here is Pascal's room. He's got one of the biggest rooms actually in the house, but I think that's because he's the eldest. But this is his bedroom over here. Then over here we've got the baby's room. So this is where Tycho and Venus share a little kids nursery. Obviously they're alien babies, so everything is space themed, as you would. And then over here I've done this as like a child's room. So when I think Tycho is the eldest, yeah, he is. So this is going to be his bedroom when he ages up into a child. And then downstairs we have got a big open like plan living room, study area, sort of workstation. So the entrance is over here into the kitchen. So they've got a very messy kitchen by the looks of it. I really love the way that these are like all different colours. It makes it a bit more vibrant, looks very like sci-fi, which I really love about this house. And then over here we've got a dining room where Vicken is currently eating his breakfast, and just a few bookcases, a stereo, etc. And then in here we have got the living area. So as you can see here, they've got a TV on the wall. They've got a couple of chairs and sofas. And then I like the thought of obviously them having loads of computers everywhere. I've got a robot station over here. I've got a chess table, an easel. I've got another family bathroom situated over here. And then this is Laszlo's room at the bottom. So I put Laszlo at the bottom because Laszlo has a hobby in nature. And I've given him like his own greenhouse over here so he can grow his plants and be happier, in all honesty. So yeah, that's the house, guys. Now I'm actually going to take you into some of the characters. So I am going to start off with Pascal, but obviously, as you can see here, Pascal's at work, so he is not visible on the lot at the moment. But I don't know if you guys can see his portrait here. So I have given all the guys a makeover, like I've done with all my Sims, basically. But he's looking a bit like Harry Potter, I'm not gonna lie. I kept the glasses on him. I've like slicked his hair back, and he's got like a desert outfit sort of thing. I've kind of realised as I was making over these Sims that if you look in all the Sims' interests, you will see that they have no points in fashion whatsoever. Like, this is for all of the boys. So I kind of wanted to go along with that theme, that they have no fashion sense. They're very much all about knowledge, and they don't really care what they look like. So I've given them some goofy outfits just to warn you. But anyway, so Pascal, he is the eldest son. He is currently 28 years old in my game. So that means that his birthday is the second day of fall. So it's his birthday tomorrow. He's going to be 29. So when I redid his aspiration, he was still a knowledge sim, pure knowledge sim. He is obviously very fascinated by space. He is over the moon that he's managed to get an alien baby, and he's very much into his sci-fi. I think his hobby is actually science, I want to say, but we'll get to that in a minute. So his lifetime wish, I've given him to become a mad scientist. So he is already in the science career. I think he's a level 3. Yeah, he's a level 3 field researcher. So he's still in like the low grade of the science career, but he does eventually make his way up when I do play him, when I have played him previously. So we will focus that on for him as well. His other secondary aspiration, he is a secondary fortune. So normally, as I keep saying, he would be a secondary romance sim if you were to use Pleasant Sims' secondary calculator. However, in my game, he came out as a secondary fortune. Now, go into a bit more about him personally. So his relationships, as you can see here, he's best friends, in fact, with Vidkund, his brother. He's also good friends with his other brother, Laszlo. He's starting to become good friends with his son, Tycho. And then he's only just really met Venus because she was literally born not so long ago. He is okay with his eldest sister, Jenny. As you can see here, he is in some sort of romantic relationship with Nervous Subject, otherwise known now as Nervous Spectre. So they have got a thing going on at the moment. So if you guys aren't aware, Pascal in my game is gay. And this tends to be the case for Pascal in most people's gameplays. They make him have a relationship with Nervous, and they end up getting married and adopting loads of children. So this actually happened in this game as well. He came out as gay. I didn't have to change it in gender preference. In the gender preference settings in the Sim Blender, he came out as gay. And he is still having this relationship with Nervous. Otherwise, he knows various other Sims. He knows that he has got his half sisters, Chloe and Lola. He knows his niece and nephew, Johnny and Jill. He knows his brother-in-law, Polynesian Technician number 9, or as I like to call him, Paul, in my version. He knows Cersei. He's enemies with Loki Beaker. And he knows obviously General Buzz, AJ, and Crystal Vu, who is Laszlo's girlfriend. So before I get into anything else, guys, I need to show you this family tree. So the Curious family tree is quite complex, let's just say. And it's all because of this guy over here. So Glan Curious is the dad of all the brothers and Jenny, who is in another household. But as you can see here, he is also the father of Lola and Chloe, who are two other alien Sims in the game. Now, you're probably asking, well, why is this so strange, Laura? You know, it's strange because if you were to click on one of these sisters, you will see that their alien dad is pollination technician number 9, or otherwise known as Paul. Now, this is very strange because obviously when you click on Paul, you will see that he has got a lot of children that he's pollinated, including, let me click on him really quick, including, he is technically the father of Jenny's sisters, sorry, here, but technically when you click on these sisters you will see that Jenny is their half sister. So he has married his like stepdaughter, and now his stepdaughter is his wife. Yeah, it's very, very strange. I don't know if the developers even realised that at the time of doing this game, but yeah, it's a little bit weird. But anyway, that is why the family tree is quite complex, because I mean, the way I sort of view it is aliens don't count as blood family. That's the way I'm going to go down. So he's not breaking any rules here, well, any logical rules. That's the way I'm going to play it, because obviously it is weird, it is wrong. But let's just say that alien blood does not count as like actual family blood. But anyway, so yeah, so that is why the family tree is quite messed up. But so let's just say for purposes, obviously, Pascal, Vidkin, Laszlo and Jenny are all Glan Curious's children, and they've got 2 half alien sisters, which really aren't their siblings, but we'll go with that. But anyway, so that is a little bit of complexity for you guys. But I'm sure most of you are aware about it anyway. So I've already gone over his career, but he has got skills in logic. He's maxed out creativity. He has a bronze talent badge in gardening, so he's also interested in gardening, I think, as well. And then his personality, so he is a Scorpio. He is max neat. He is in between shy, outgoing, lazy, active, grouchy and nice. And as you can see, guys, he is very, very serious. So he is not really one to be very playful at all. He is quite a good fitness level. I've not edited his bio yet, so ignore that. But his interests, he is into politics, paranormal, environment, weather, travel, sci-fi and school. His hobby is tinkering, so yeah, he's the one that's got the robot station actually. So my plan for Pascal is to build a load of servos, because I definitely think he would be interested in doing that. He likes robots, he likes science, so it's a God-given really. So that is his hobby. So if we have a look at some of his memories, so in the past year, obviously he's maxed out his creativity skill. He has had little Tycho, remembers obviously getting abducted by aliens. He's made numerous best friends throughout the neighbourhood, including Nervous. He's catch fire quite a few times. He got promoted. He remembers Venus joining the family. He remembers his niece being born. And obviously then he started to get romantic with Nervous, fell in love with him, made out with him. He remembers Jill, his niece, getting an A-star report card, and they've had a family reunion recently. So yeah, that is pretty much Pascal. I've given him some traits. So he is a bot fan, he's a genius, grumpy, handy, and he's a perfectionist as well. And as you can see here, guys, he's got a dusty old lamp, so that's going to be interesting to use when we start playing him. We'll have to see if he wants anything at the time and see if we can get him that way. And his current wants at the moment, so he wants Vidkin to meet aliens again. He wants to stay home from work, and he wants to write a novel, which I think would be quite interesting for him as well. So that is basically Pascal, guys. The next sim I'm going to introduce you to is Vidkin, his younger brother. Okay, everybody, this is Vidkin Curious, looking quite serious himself, to be honest. And so Vidkin is the next eldest brother. He is currently 24 years old in my game. So that makes his birthday, is also the second day of fall. So he's got the same day as his older brother, Pascal. So he's going to be 25 tomorrow. He is also a knowledge sim still, and he's a secondary family sim. So that's quite interesting for Vidkind. He normally rolls out as a secondary fortune, I want to say, in the base game version. So his lifetime wish I've given him is discover 10 stars and 10 planets with the telescope. So if you guys don't recognise these lifetime wants, by the way, it's because I've got a mod that gives me extra lifetime wishes. So you can find that on Mod The Sims if you're interested. He's a pretty level guy, really. Vidkind is. He's not as knowledgeable. He's not as interested in science compared to Pascal, I don't think. He pretty much takes science as like a hobby sort of thing. He's just interested in making his way up in his career and doing well. He wants to provide for his family if he eventually has one. And I can't get over his face. He looks so serious right now. So yeah, this is my makeover I have given. Oh my god, the wall's in the way. This is the makeover I've given Vidkind. As I said, I've given them very goofy outfits because they have no fashion sense at all, as we saw previously. I've given him different glasses because I didn't like the shades that he had on. It just looked ridiculous. And I have given him a bit of a shorter haircut. I think he would be quite smart, sophisticated. So yeah, I've given him that. So other than that, let's have a look at some of his relationships. So obviously he's just had his youngest daughter, his only daughter Venus at the moment, so he doesn't have really a good relationship at the minute with her. He obviously is okay with his nephew. He has got a crush on Cersei Beaker, and there is a bit of a story with this. So if we have a quick look at his memories, we can see that he had a thing with Cersei. He had his first kiss with her. He actually went steady with her when he was a teenager, so but then it didn't really last long. He basically weed himself, guys, and she broke up with him, which is very, very harsh. But as we all know, guys, Cersei's a very evil person, so you know, it doesn't take much guessing to actually understand why she did this. But yeah, broke up with him because he pissed himself. Poor man. But yeah, so that is why they're not together, but he still has a crush on her. He still likes her, and yeah, bless his heart, that's all I can say. He's best friends obviously with both his brothers. He knows he's okay with his sister Jenny. He knows Bianca Monti in Veronaville. He obviously knows his niece and nephew, his half alien sisters, his his brother-in-law, and then he knows various other people in the neighbourhood as well, and he's enemies with Loki Beaker, just like Pascal is. So they're his relationships. Obviously, he is in the science career as well, but he is a level 2 lab assistant. He is nearly maxed out in logic, got good creativity, and a few points in cooking and cleaning. He has no talent badges yet. His personality, he's also a Scorpio, just like Pascal is. He is also max neat. He's very shy though, bless him. Quite active, and then he's not as serious as Pascal, but he's still on the serious side, and he is grouchy as well. And he's got an okay fitness level. His interests, so he's into environment, money, paranormal, weather, work, school, and sci-fi. He has got a hobby in science, so he is interested in science mainly. He likes stargazing, looking at planets. So that's why I thought that lifetime wish suited him really well. And then his traits I've given him, he is a genius, handy, neat, nurturing, and very shy. So yeah, I think them traits suit him quite well. And obviously my story probably for Pascal is, not Pascal, sorry, for Vidkund, is to obviously find someone for him to, eventually get married to. I mean, he does want to become friends, I think, well, play with Bianca. He wants to get to know Bianca a bit more, but they don't have any chemistry, so I don't know whether that's going to necessarily work out, but obviously when we start playing him, we can probably see if it does. Who knows? And then his current wants at the moment, he wants to study parenting, he wants to max out his logic skill as well. So I have lots of them in for him. So yeah, that is basically a Vidkund. The next sim I'm going to introduce you to is Laszlo Curious. Alright guys, I've just realised that Laszlo's at work, so we're not actually going to be able to see him, but Laszlo, he is quite, he's one of my favourite sims in this household, because he just doesn't give a shit. He's like going with the flow. He's the younger brother of all the brothers, so he's still quite immature, I would probably say. So yeah, but he is 19 years old in my game, so he is still fairly young. He's really only just aged up, to be honest. His birthday is the 3rd day of fall, so he is going to be 20 on the last day of fall, so he's got another 2 days yet until we age him up. He's a pleasure sim, of course he would be a pleasure sim. He is very much into just partying, going out on dates, all the usual, like wanting to play games, wants, etc., spending money, having parties. Like I say, he is a pure pleasure sim, and in the base game he would normally be a secondary pleasure, but he's a primary pleasure in my game. And he's a secondary fortune as well, which I found quite interesting. So we'll have to see how them two aspirations sort of work out with one another. But his lifetime wish, he wants to become a game designer. So I didn't particularly see Laszlo as wanting to become a scientist, to be honest. Although obviously his primary aspiration in the base game was knowledge, I didn't see him as wanting to become a scientist, to be honest. He's too lazy for that, and he's too... he doesn't really care about work. He never rolls once to get promoted or anything like that when I played him previously. So I've changed him up a little bit. So he loves his games. So I thought, why not become a game designer? Laszlo, fits you a bit better, I think. So he has got a job in the gamer career. He is doing really well. He's a level 4 gold farmer. So he is working his way up there. He is very interested in his career at the moment of being a gamer. He's having fun. What can I say? He has got a very good cooking skill. He's nearly 2 points away from maxing that out. He's also into logic, creativity and cleaning, surprisingly. Don't know why he's into cleaning. He's got a bronze talent badge in gardening, which he is, that's why he's got his little mini conservatory next to his bedroom. So he's interested in that. So his personality, he is a Sagittarius. He has no points in neatness whatsoever. He is very, very sloppy. But he's very outgoing, very playful, unlike his 2 older brothers who are quite serious, quite shy. But he's not. He's the voice of the party, basically. He's always wanting to make people laugh, have fun with them, etc. He is nearly at chunky level on his fitness. His interests, he's into entertainment, sports, work, travel and sci-fi. His hobby is in games, so I changed his hobby from nature to games, but it would obviously help him with his career as well, so I thought I'd give him the game hobby. And then as we can see some of his relationships here since we started playing him, so he remembers Pascal and Vidkund meeting aliens. He got a new job, got promoted, and as you can see here, guys, from his relationships and memories, he is in a relationship with Crystal Vu, who is a Strangetown townie originally, but he is notorious for having a crush on her, and I just thought it made sense for him to get romantic with her because he has got chemistry with her. and have some sort of relationship. And then, as you guys probably noticed by my bio for the family, I have been wanting to move her in, so we can keep an eye on her and keep track on how these two get on in their relationship more than anything. So yeah, that is my plan for him and Crystal. Otherwise, you can see that he's got friends with his brothers. He's actually the only one that's friends with his sister, which is quite sad, really. He's friends with his niece, Jill, and friends with Cersei, surprisingly. And then he knows his half-sisters, his nephew Johnny, and various other Sims in the neighbourhood as well. So that's his relationships. Back to his personality, I got a bit distracted. Traits even. So I've given him the traits of computer whiz, obviously with being a gamer, couch potato because he's really sloppy and lazy, a green thumb, a slob, and he likes music, so virtuoso. So yeah, that's basically Laszlo. As you can see by his portrait down here, I've given him like the messy sort of look, and I've kept some glasses on him, but I've given him the green shade ones because, again, I don't think he would really care what he looked like. He's not sophisticated in any way whatsoever, and he just wants to like chill out. And I imagine him being like sort of like a hippie sort of style. You know, the long hair. He likes not hip hop, sorry. He likes country music. He likes, you know, he's all about peace, all about eco-friendly. He's that sort of adult, I think. So yeah, we'll have to see how we get on with playing him. But I think he's going to be fun. He's going to be a laugh, and I can't wait to start playing with him. So that is Laszlo, guys. I'm not going to talk too much about the younger babies because obviously we don't really know what they're going to look like, be like at the minute because they're only little tiny babies. But I'll quickly show you what they look like. So this is Tycho Curious. So this is Pascal's son. I think he's a year old at the minute. His birthday is the first day of summer because that's the day he was born in my game. So technically he is summer 1. So he is going to be aging up in this bit. He's going to be a toddler when we start playing him in this season. But yeah, he is, as you can see here, he's got the alien features. He's got the big black eyes, the small nose, and he's got black hair by the looks of it. So he's going to have black hair. The reason why he's called Tycho is because I think he's from the Sims. I think it's from the Sims. The Sims, is it the PlayStation version of the Sims? I can't quite remember, but it basically his son needs to be called Tycho because it's like a nostalgia thing in The Sims 2. So yeah, that's his son Tycho. And then our little baby over here is called Venus. So this is Vidkun's daughter. And she looks a bit different. She's got actually human features, but alien skin and alien eyes. So she's got the normal nose, the normal mouth shape. And she's got blonde hair like Vidkun has. So yeah, she is a bit more human looking compared to her cousin. But yeah, she's going to be a cute one. And she was born on the first day of fall. So she's only just been born, guys. So that's why they don't really know her yet. So obviously she's not that old. But yeah, so that is the Curious household, guys. I'm very looking forward to playing them, and I think they will be a lot of fun. But yeah, so that is the Curious lot. Our next family, we are going to be going to the Spectre household. So I will be back in due course with that family. Okay, guys, so we are back in neighbourhood mode now, and our next household, as I said, is going to be the Spectre household. So they are situated down here. Now, when I click on these, you guys are probably going to be thinking, well, what's happened to Olive? She's no longer here. And this is because, sadly, Olive died not that far into when I started playing this family, to be honest. She had a very unfortunate death. She, when it was raining, lightning and thundering, she was outside and she was watering her garden. Even though it was raining. I didn't know why she was doing this, but hey. And a bolt of lightning struck down on a piece of furniture in the garden. And she was subsequently near this object, and she caught on fire. And obviously there was no one at home at the time to put her out, so she actually burnt to death. And That is why Olive is no longer here with us. But anyway, so it's just Ophelia now. And as you can see here, nervous subject, or otherwise nervous spectre now, is now living with Ophelia. So let me read you their bio that I've done for them. So after Olive's unfortunate death, Ophelia is struggling to live with her new lodger. Nervous is happy to finally be free of the Beakers, but now he has inherited his late mother's house and fortune. Will he know how to manage life on his own, or will he confide in Pascal to comfort him? So as you can see, guys, these two are technically uncle and no, not uncle. They're technically cousins, and obviously Ophelia is still a teenager at this point, so she, in my eyes, can't really live on her own. So she needs some sort of guardian to be living with her. And I thought it'd be a good idea to move in Nervous because he is an adult, obviously. So he is technically the heir of Olive's fortune because he is, if you guys didn't know, is Olive's biological son that she had taken away from her when he was just a toddler because, you know, if you guys don't know Olive Spectre, then you just need to research her up and look at her story. So she is known to be this murderous woman in Strangetown. Every time people turn up on her lot, they die. And yeah, it's a very dark story in The Sims 2, Olive Spectre is. But she's very interesting. So do look her up on The Sims Wiki or watch certain YouTube videos about her. She was a very interesting sim, but sadly she is no longer with us. But anyhow, so guys, this is the Spectre household now. As you can see, again, looks very different. This is by Fratana yet again, this house, and look at the amount of detail that's in this house, guys. Like, it's amazing. And considering it needs to be in a desert, there's quite a few greenery things going on, but yeah, I still like it. It looks very haunted, as you can see, by all the graves that are situated in this courtyard bit. So there is now 19 graves in this part of the house. So you've got various different Sims, a lot of NPCs and family members in this courtyard. Sorry. So here you've got Earl Demise, Rigor Mortis, Tim Lee Demise, Olive Spectre's here now, Ichabod Spectre, Euthanasia, which I still laugh at, Olive's sister Willow Nigmos, got Jessica Rebuddy here, Seth, these are just like all NPCs, these are Olive's parents, got Lila Grunt here, who is General Buzz's wife, and that's an interesting story. I'll tell you about her when we get to the Grunt family. And then we just got, yeah, as I said, various NPCs that have turned up on the lot as well. So that is the haunted graveyard. So that is still situated in the house at the moment because I currently don't have a Strangetown cemetery, but I'm working on building one. But I might even just keep them there, to be honest, because it just symbolises like the whole Spectre household of how haunted it really is. So, you know. And then on this side we have got a car. So this was Olive's car, but now Nervous has got it. And then as we go into the house, guys, I was going to try and renovate it into like a little castle, but then I thought I actually like it like this. So on the top floor we've got 2 spare bedrooms. We've got a family bathroom where Ophelia currently is having a bath or just got out of the bath. We've got a stairwell here. And then downstairs we have got Nervous's bedroom at the side here. And as you can see, this is a good addition. I like all the plants up the wall. It just shows like it's a very old house. It's very worn. You've got ivory growing out the walls, etc. But it just gives it that really nice spooky and gothic vibe, I want to say. But yeah, Nervous is obviously in there in bed at the minute. And then outside here we've got like a little mini book area and then a bathroom for Nervous, like a little his own bathroom sort of thing. Then over here is a giant open kitchen dining room space. So we've got the kitchen situated in this like little alcove over here. We've got a bar area. We've got the front entrance. We've got the dining table and that over here. This is my favourite corner of the house, guys. Look how cute this looks. It's amazing. And then in here we've got like the living room slash hobby area. So we've got a piano, we've got a living room set up over here. Various like different artwork on the walls, just because it is it's supposed to like replica like a very old house. So I like that. Touch on this house. And then we have got Ophelia's bedroom over here. So yeah, that's basically the house, guys. It's very, very gothic, as I said, very spooky. I would not want to live here. But it is pretty. It's pretty at the same time. So let me talk to you guys a little bit about the characters. Okay, guys, so I'm actually going to be starting off with Ophelia because technically she is one of the main Sims that you start off with in this household. So I'm going to be starting with her. So Ophelia is currently 17 years old in my game. She is nearly going on her way to going to college. And as you can see here, she has got a college once. So I'm actually going to lock that in. So I've told you guys this before. When my Sims are 16 years and over, if they roll the want to go to college, then I lock it in for them. If they don't, they will age up naturally. And so what can I tell you about Ophelia? So Ophelia is a romance sim. And obviously in the base game, she's a family sim. But obviously she came out as a romance sim when I did her aspiration. So she's very much into wanting to go on dates and that at the minute. But surprisingly enough, Ophelia is not one of these Sims that rolls like loads of wants to like make out with 3 different Sims, etc. She has actually kept very loyal to Johnny, who is her current boyfriend in Strangetown. And she has got quite a lot of chemistry for Johnny, so this is probably why she doesn't necessarily want to have affairs with anyone else. She is pretty much, very loyal to him. And I guess she kind of like, she's one of these romance Sims that is hopelessly romantic towards one Sim. So that is probably why she's been very loyal to him. But we'll obviously have to see what happens as they get older. It might all change. And then she is also got chemistry with Grunt, who is down here. So it might be like, that could be a potential love triangle. Who knows at this point? Who knows? But anyway, so other relationships, she's got a little kitten called Miles, and she is quite friendly with. She's not a massive fan of Nervous, who's living with her. She kind of thinks that he's very strange. She's never really met Nervous before. She is aware that Nervous was Olive's son from when she was younger, but obviously Nervous got took away from her, so she's not seen him for years and years and years, and hence why Ophelia doesn't really know Nervous that well. She knows, obviously, Johnny's mum, Jenny. She's nearly friends with her. She knows various other Sims and teenagers in the neighbourhoods. She hasn't actually really got any friends, really, apart from Rip. Obviously, because I think it's because Olive wasn't really allowing her to mix in with other Sims. She had to sneak out at times to see Johnny. And, yeah, she's had a pretty tough life, poor Ophelia has. But obviously, we'll have to see what she does as she gets older. But as you can see here, she looks quite different. I have given her black hair. She would notoriously have blonde hair in the base game, but the blonde hair didn't suit her in my opinion, and both her parents had black hair, so I thought it'd seem more obvious to give her black hair. And as you can see by her style, she's very much a very punk, rocky sort of look. So I've made her quite tomboyish. I believe she is straight, I want to say. Yeah, she is... Is she straight? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to see whether Ophelia is straight or not. I'm pretty sure she is. Yeah, she is. She is straight. So, yeah, she is obviously in a relationship with Johnny. I thought she was bisexual. That's why I was questioning that. So, yeah, she's been in a relationship with Johnny for a number of years now. So, I think I'm just going to say 2-3 years into being teenagers. They've been together and they've had quite nice memories with one another. Obviously, she's a school student, but she does have a job now in the music career. She's wanting to save up and move out to go to college, so I thought it's best to get her a job. She's at that age where she can work and save her money. and she will be going to college on her next season of fall. So I'll be moving her out on the last day of this summer. Technically, her birthday is the second day of winter, but because Strangetown does not have winter in their seasons, because it's a desert, I've given them 2 fall seasons and 2 summer seasons. So technically, her birthday is going to be around here. So it'll be the second day of the second season of fall. So I will just keep her as a teenager until she reaches here, and then I'm going to send her to college. So that is how I'm going to work around that. Otherwise, she's doing quite well. She hasn't really got a lot of skills in anything, really. She is an overachiever because she is an A-star student and she is a level 3 coffee shop sound engineer. Her personality is a Virgo. She is quite outgoing and nice. She's on the serious end, really, and sloppy end, but she's got a good fitness level. Her interests, she is into money, environment, entertainment, culture, fashion, health, and travel. Her hobby, she's into music and dance. And then we come to some of her memories. So, as you can see here, she's going steady with Johnny. She got herself a job. She remembers Olive dying. She's done her first woohoo with Johnny. She's gone on dates with him. She became an overachiever and reached the top of her career as a teenager in music. So she's doing quite well, considering that she's just lost her aunt. But I think as well, she's got some sort of relief. She's got some freedom. She's got that chance to make herself achieve her dreams. So she is happy at the fact she's free, but obviously she is still quite sad that her aunt died. So yeah, but anyway, her wants at the moment, she wants to become friends with Tybalt from Veronaville, and she wants to go to college mainly, so I've locked that one in for her. Her traits, she's artistic, eco-friendly, she likes taking pictures, so she's like quite into photography, and she's a virtuoso. And that's pretty much Ophelia in a nutshell. Obviously, we won't really be doing much with her until she goes to college, but in that time, we can make sure that she's earning enough money, and that we'll see if her and her relationship with Nervous gets any better. But otherwise, guys, that is Ophelia. Next, we're going to be going on to Nervous. I had to get this as a freeze frame, guys, because this is just amazing. But guys, this is Nervous subject, or otherwise now known as Nervous Spectre. So for those of you who don't really know who Nervous is the biological child of Olive. However, he got took away by the social worker when he was just a toddler because Olive was kind of neglecting him. And yeah, he's had a very tough upbringing. He got adopted by the Beaker family, and they used him for various subjects and experiments, hence his name, Nervous Subject. But he finally managed to leave the Beaker household. I think Pascal, the way I'm going to go down the storyline is that Pascal reported the Beakers to the authorities, and they went round there and they saw that Nervous was being held captive in that horrible basement they have in their house. So they released him, and now he has been placed into Olive's home, and he is now the heir of the Spectre household. So that is why he has changed his name to Spectre. But anyway, so Nervous Spectre, he is 20 years old in my game. So he is also I got Ophelia's birthday wrong, sorry. It's actually Nervous, who is the second day of winter technically, so he is going to be aging up in this second day of this season of fall, and Ophelia's birthday is the third day of summer, so she's going to be aging up in this season anyway. So yeah, he is 20 years old, so he's still fairly young. He's only just really become an adult at this point. He is a primary knowledge aspiration, which is very interesting. He was a family sim before, but now he's a knowledge, and he's got a secondary aspiration of pleasure. His lifetime wish is to reach maximum long-term aspiration. I thought this suited him quite well. You know, he's had a very shitty upbringing. He wants to be able to be happy. He wants to make sure he is making something of himself. He's got that opportunity now to do something. Although he is very neurotic, he is quite an interesting sim. As you can see here, he's currently picking his ear. Hasn't got the greatest fashion sense. He's in this long leather outfit. Quite punky as well. Very strange looking. So for those of you who aren't aware of Nervous's dad, his father is the Grim Reaper, and that is why Olive had such a fixation with death. In my opinion, she killed people to get to Grim, and yeah. So he has got like the skeleton like look about him. That's why he's got such the long face, the droopy eyes. He takes after his dad a lot, I think. So yeah, otherwise, his relationships, he is obviously in a relationship with Pascal, like I said, when we were in the Curious household. I think he's wanting Pascal to move in with him potentially at some point. But we'll obviously have to see. He wants to go on a date at the minute, so we might even get them to go on a date, and then he can propose to Pascal. And then he doesn't really know anyone else, because obviously he's been held captive for so long that he just like knows them, but he doesn't like have any relationship with anyone apart from obviously Pascal. He has now got a job. He is in the culinary career as a level 2 drive-through clerk. He doesn't really have any proper interest, to be honest, so I struggle to know what career to give him. And then as you can see down here, oh excuse me guys, as you can see down here, he has only got 933 simoleons in the bank, so he doesn't have a lot of money to keep this place running. So he got himself a job and he's working his way up. He's already got a level 4 in cooking, so hopefully he can get somewhat promoted at some point. He has no talent badges. His personality, he is an Aquarius. And strangely enough, he's only got points in activeness. And I think this is because obviously he was like treated like a bit of like a slave in the Beaker household. He was doing all the housework. He was like being tested on for all these different experiments. And he was basically like their housemaid sort of experiment subject person. So he got taught nothing as he was growing up. He didn't get taught how to be neat. He didn't get taught how to be outgoing, playful, or nice. He's very grumpy, very serious, very shy, and very sloppy. But yeah, he's okay in his fitness, I guess. His interest is into politics, money, travel, health, paranormal, food, and sci-fi. And school, he has, what hobby did I put him in? It's not on here. Let me have a quick look at my spreadsheet. He has actually got a hobby in sport. So yeah, he's into his sport. And then some of his memories. So he remembers being romantic with Pascal. He remembers getting promoted in his new job. He remembers seeing the ghost of one of the ghosts in the courtyard. And he then obviously has met various people since he was made free. So that is pretty much Nervous. His traits, he is athletic, a coward, handy, neurotic, and insane. I thought I'd give him quite a interesting trait system, because obviously he's not got taught any skills. He's not like had any human contact properly with people for years, and that's going to make him a little bit neurotic. He's going to be a coward pretty much, because he doesn't know how to like live on his own really. And I know Ophelia's living with him at the moment, but in the next year she's going to be going to university. And obviously all them experiments have made him a little bit insane. So yeah, he's not doing the best in his personality or traits, bless him. So yeah, that is basically the Spectre household, guys. Very interesting and very beautiful house, I must say. So yeah, we're going to have to see how this house plays out. I think it's going to be interesting when Ophelia leaves and he's basically been left to run the house on his own. And, you know, is he actually going to cope with that? You know, I don't think he is necessarily. So that's probably why we're going to move Pascal in with him. But yeah, so that is the Spectre household, guys. The next household we're going to be going to is the Beakers. So stay tuned for that. Okay, everybody, so our next household we're going to be going to is the Beakers. So the Beakers are situated over here near this massive crater where supposedly this spaceship crash landed. So we're going to get into the Beaker household. So at the moment, it is just Loki and Cersei Beaker. They are husband and wife, and obviously, I was mentioning in the Spectre household that they had a nervous subject living with them for a number of years, and they used to perform horrible experiments on him. But now he is gone, and they're just living together on their own. So I have done a bit of a bio for them. So after getting bored with experimenting an old, boring, nervous subject, Loki is looking for something or someone more interesting to test his horrible experiments on. He has particularly got his eye on a random, confused woman wandering the streets of Strangetown. Cersei is longing to make it as a successful doctor, but will Loki get her involved in his evil plans? So, yeah, I probably spoiled it a little bit by writing that bio, but my plan for this household is to get Bella Goth in this house and get her into the story. So I know a number of people actually do this in their households. They get Bella to move into the Beaker household because Loki has got like a fascination with her mind. Obviously, Bella has been abducted and he wants to know more about that. He wants to test her brain. He wants to see if he can make experiments on her and try and like get the truth out of her. And then he will become famous for that. So yeah, he's a very evil man, So yeah, that is my plan for Bella in the story, guys. Obviously, we're going to have to see how that works out, but I think it's a good idea. But anyway, let's get into the family and I'll tell you more about them. Okay, everybody, so we are now in the Beaker household, and as you can see, Fratana has done another makeover of this house. Kind of made it like a castle themed lot, which I think is very interesting. Very pretty as well. Like, it's pretty on the outside, but obviously we know there's a lot of evil that goes on inside this house. But anyway, on the front of the house we have got two driveways. We've got Loki's car over here and we've got Cersei over here. We've got various like different stairwells going up leading to the castle, and then around the back we've actually got like a little mini swimming pool, a couple of deck chairs, and over here we've got their own personal sauna. Cersei had a wish for that, so I got her and put it at the back of the house over here. And then on the very top floor we have got a landing area where the stairs are. This used to be Nervous's room, but now Cersei has like got into like massaging, so she's turned it into her own like massage therapy area. And then we've got a bathroom over here, and then we've got like the balcony over here as well. Over here we've got a office/study area where this could be easily used as another bedroom, perhaps if they have a child. We've got their family bathroom over here, and then over here we've got Cersei and Loki currently sleeping in their bedroom. So yeah, that's basically the top floor. And then downstairs we have got an open dining, well, not an open, we've got an open living space over here. We have got the living room situated over here in the left part of the house. We've got a kitchen dining area on this side of the house. We've still got the two different bathrooms over here. We've got this is the biggest change really. We've got the like a little lounge area and office situated in this part of the house. And then back here we have got like the experiment laboratory room. So this is where Loki and Cersei conduct their experiments, and building robots as well. They're very much into wanting to have servos, I think. So this is where they're going to be conducting their experiments potentially. So that is the house, guys. Now I'm going to talk to you about both these horrible Sims. Okay, everybody, so we have got Loki Beaker here, who is obviously the founder and the husband of the household. Now, Loki, you guys are probably thinking, well, he looks a bit different. He is definitely more ugly than that in the base game. And this is because I have used plastic surgery to kind of make his face a bit more normal. Obviously, I've still kept him not normal, but I've given him his eyes because he had like non-existent eyes when you start playing him. So I've like moved his eyelids up a bit, and now he has got eyes, guys. I've given him obviously a different hairstyle, and he looks like a professor. I've given him that vibe because he associates himself as a scientist, professor sort of person. So I've given him the professor look. Otherwise, he's a very evil man, very dangerous, very experimental, and he's a bit of a narcissist. I'd probably say he's been an evil person to Nervous, and people in Strangetown know him as being this evil scientist person, so they try and avoid him at all costs. But anyway, he is 33 years old in my game. His birthday is the first day of the second autumn. So he's technically a winter baby, but obviously we don't have winter, so he's going to be the first day of the second fall season. He is a fortune sim primary and a secondary knowledge. His lifetime wish is to reach top of his career and also have 3 children on high levels. So this is another custom lifetime wish that I got off Mod The Sims. So basically he wants to have 3 children by the sounds of it. So we're going to have to try for some babies, I think, when we start playing this family. He is, let's have a look at his relationship. So he is obviously married to Cersei over here, got a very good relationship with her. He's also friends with Crystal Vu, and then obviously he has no other relationships really with anyone else in the town because he's very evil and people don't want to be friends with him. He's enemies with Pascal and Vidkind. I'm surprised he's not enemies with Nervous, to be honest, so I might need to alter that. But yeah, otherwise he has no real proper relationships with people. He has got a job in the science career. He's a level 7 scholar. His skills mainly, he's got a high logic skill, cleaning and cooking skill. He currently has no talent badges at the moment. His personality, he is a Capricorn. He's very neat, outgoing and active. But he's very serious and he is very grouchy. So he is that evil sim that you would expect. He's on a good fitness level. His interests, he's into money, entertainment, animals, sci-fi, toys and work. His hobby, he has got a science hobby. So he's very much into aliens, very much into robotics, science in general. Hence why he wants to be this mad evil scientist sort of person. And then some of his memories here, they've had roaches recently, but not a lot has really gone on with him, to be honest, because I haven't really done a lot with his family. He got a promotion at work, a couple of promotions even. He's made a lot of money, and yeah, that's about it with him really. His traits, he is a genius, handy, evil, or mean-spirited even, neat and perfectionist. So that is pretty much Loki in a nutshell, to be honest. My plan for Loki really is to probably make a bunch of servos, have a few children, get to the top of the science career, and then obviously with Bella, moving her into the house and start experimenting on her as well. So yeah, he's going to be doing some evil stuff, guys. We'll have to see, obviously, what happens with him. But yeah, that is Loki, guys. Next sim I'm going to take you to is his wife, Cersei. Okay, everybody, so this is Cersei Beaker, his wife. Looking very different. I've given her a custom hair, so she's got red hair, and but naturally she is ginger. But I've also like tinted her eyebrows into this dark colour so it suits her hair better. But as you can see, she likes the colour red. She's very like red oriented with a lot of stuff. But anyway, so Cersei in my game is 30 years old. Her birthday is the 3rd day of fall. So she is going to be aging up at the last day. Oh, I need to alter that because the season's wrong. The last day of fall. Her lifetime wish is to create 300 devices on the robot workstation. So she's very much going to be focusing on doing servos and making robots in her house. She's very like mechanical oriented, and she wants to become a doctor as well. So I'll have to see what happens with her. So her relationships, obviously she's married to her husband, and she's a bit more friendlier with people in Strangetown. She's got a couple of friends here and there, but not many. And obviously she is friends with Laszlo, which is obviously, I said in the Curious household, a bit strange because this family is supposed to hate the Curious household. But yeah. She is a level 6 general practitioner in the medical career. So she is a doctor now. And she's got quite a lot of skills. She's got a good cleaning skill, logic, and she's on her way to getting a good mechanical skill. She currently has no talent badges yet. We need to focus on getting her that robotic talent badge, but otherwise none. She is a Sagittarius. She's very neat, very active, but again, she's got no playful and nice traits. Got a good fitness level. Her interests, she's into politics, money, food, paranormal, sci-fi, and toys. Her hobby, I think I've got her hobby here somewhere. Let's have a look. She's into tinkering, so obviously that makes sense for her. She's going to be building robots and everything as well. And then her memories, yet again, I know, like, real, nothing's really happened with this family, to be honest. She's passed out. She's earned 5,000 simoleons, and she's just got various, like, job promotions whilst we've been playing her. Her traits, she's a bot fan. She's brooding. She's evil, handy, and neat. So I've given her the evil trait rather than giving Loki the evil trait because I do think Cersei is like an evil person in disguise. Although a lot of people don't think she's as evil as her husband. In some respects, I do think she is worse than Loki. I definitely think when we move Bella in, she is going to be the one to make Bella's life hell. She's going to be probably like an evil stepmother, you know, like out of Cinderella. She's going to be very conniving, very hypocritical, very horrible to her. So I do think she is an evil person in disguise, which is why I have given her the evil trait. She's a very interesting sim. You know, she comes across as being okay to people, but I don't think you would want to mess with her, put it that way. So yeah, I do think she's going to be interesting to play as well. But otherwise, guys, that is my Beaker family. So I'm very excited to play them as well. Obviously, when we start playing, I'm going to have to probably focus on getting Cersei pregnant and having their first child. But otherwise, that is pretty much it for the Beakers. The next household we're going to be going to is the Smith family, which is another one of my favourites in this town. So stay tuned for that and I'll be with them right away. Okay, everybody, so our next family we're going to be going to is the Smith household. So this is the one of my favourite families in Strangetown. This is the family that has pollination technician number 9 in it, or otherwise known as Paul, as I like to call him. He is the alien dad that I mentioned in the Curious household, where he's had a bunch of pollinated children as well as his own. But let's just read their bio really quickly. So after a fruitful career, pollination technician number 9 has retired to his favourite planet. Now with another baby and Jenny pregnant again, will this large family be able to cope? Johnny is looking forward to heading out to college. Oh, I've lost where I am. No, heading out and getting into college. But will his girlfriend Ophelia join him? Jill is growing up too fast, but is proving to be a smart young lady. Will this continue into her early teen years? So, as you can see, guys, we have got Paul over here. We've got Jenny, his wife. We've got Johnny and Jill. And they've recently just had a little baby boy called Jack Smith. So, he is just a little baby at the moment. And as you can probably tell by the bio, Jenny is pregnant yet again. So, they didn't wait long until she got pregnant again. But this family is always a family-oriented family. They like to have lots of children. They like to spread happiness and joy throughout all their family. So they're a nice family to play, and they are honestly one of my favourites. But anyway, let's get into the family and I'll show you what they've been doing. Okay, guys, so we are now in the Smith household. And as you can see, another renovation of this household has been done by Fratana. At the front of the household, though, I have given the guys a double driveway. So Johnny has now got his own car and Jenny has got hers here as well. But around the back of the house, we've also got their swimming pool still at the back. But I have edited like the foundation. So now there's a couple of swings now back here. And Johnny has got his own football like goal bit over here. And we've also got some plants here, which are not in the best of conditions by the looks of it. But anyway, let's take you through the house. So on the top floor, we have got 2 bedrooms and like a massive landing really. So as I said, up here we've got a landing area where there's an easel, a couple of sofas, a book station and a bass guitar sort of thing, and piano. Over here we have got Jill's room, so very girly, very pink. Looking a bit more grown up than what obviously she probably needed to be, apart from the princess bed obviously being there. But yeah, I've done it this way so I wouldn't have to like massively renovate it when she's a teenager. But I still think it suits her quite well. Otherwise, that's her room. Over here we've got Johnny's room, typical boy teenage room, very messy on the floor with all the clothes. He's got his own guitar, his own music, like CD box area thing. We've got a computer desk over here. He's got his own walk-in wardrobe and then various posters and that on the wall. Back here we have got a bathroom for both of them to share. So yeah. And then downstairs we have got a massive open kitchen, dining room and living room. So at the front here we have got the living room area, and this is their dog Jessie. Very cute golden retriever. So yeah, we've got the living room set up over here. At the next door to that we've got a family bathroom, a bit more stylish even, to be honest. We've got a computer desk on the dog bed over here. We've got their dining room set up over here and their kitchen. Over here we've got Paul and Jenny's bedroom, where it's green and yellow themed. Throughout all the house pretty much it's green and yellow themed. They've got their own ensuite bathroom over here, and then they've got a nursery over here where little Jack is sleeping. So yeah, that's their house, guys. Very nice, friendly, very spacious. So yeah, but now I'll take you into some of the characters. Okay guys, so the first sim I'm going to introduce you to is Paul, or otherwise known as Polynesian Technician number 9. So Paul is the founder and he is an elder. He is currently 65 years old in my game. He is a family sim, as you can see here, and he's also a secondary pleasure sim. So he's all about family. He's all about wanting to have a good time, making sure that his family are happy, etc., and wants to have obviously more children. He likes to procreate very much. His birthday is the 3rd day of winter, technically, so his birthday is going to be the 3rd day of this fall season here. His lifetime wish is to marry off 6 children, so he wants to have 6 children running about causing havoc. He's currently got technically 5 children, so he just needs to have 1 more, which Jenny is currently pregnant with, and he will get that lifetime wish. But as you can see here, guys, he doesn't want to have 10 children, so he's changing his mind quite rapidly. But anyway, a bit about Paul. So his relationship. So obviously he's got a very good relationship with his wife, Jenny. He's pretty much best friends with both his children, Johnny and Jill. He's starting to get a very good relationship with his newborn son, Jack. And he's on the verge of becoming friends with some other people. Interestingly enough, though, he's not friends with his 2 other daughters, Chloe and Lola. And I think this is because he didn't really have relationships with them growing up. He just pollinated Glan into having these 2 alien daughters, and he hasn't really had much to do with them since. So I don't really think he's any sort of dad to them, to be honest. He's just pollinated their other dad into having them. So I don't really class him being a proper dad to these 2, even though biologically they are his children. So yeah, but otherwise he is a good guy. He's a very family man. He has no job. He's a stay-at-home dad. He retired. I'd like to think he retired from being a pollinator, and he came to Earth and had a family with Jenny. He has got a good cooking skill. He's not got any talent badges yet. His personality is a Pisces. He is a neat sim, a playful sim, and he's quite lazy, really. He's nearly on the chunky side with his fitness. His interests, he's into entertainment, culture, health, travel, animals, and weather. He has got a hobby in film and literature, so he likes watching a lot of movies and writing by the looks of it. His memories, so he remembers having Jack, and he also remembers having a new grandchild, Yasmin. Oh yeah, this is Chloe's baby. I was trying to think, who the hell is Yasmin? But yeah, I'll get on to that. But yeah, so he remembers going on a date with Jenny, having a really good time. He remembers teaching his children various toddler skills. But yeah, again, not a lot has really been done with his family. I've only really played him for like one sim year, so not a lot has really happened. But yeah, his traits, I've given him family oriented, good sense of humour. He's a green worm. A green worm? A green thumb. Why did I say green worm? Green thumb. He is a hopeless romantic, and he is a proper gentleman. So yeah, I think they suit him quite well. Obviously, Paul, he is getting on in age. He's not going to be living probably too much longer. So I want to get the best out of him as what I can. So yeah, I want to make sure he has his 6 children before he passes away. And then as you can see here, I've given him a bit of a goofy makeover. So he's very much into living his life to the full. He's got his summer clothes on. He's having the time of his life, bless him. So yeah, that is pretty much Paul, guys. The next sim I'm going to be introducing you to is Jenny. Okay, everybody. So our next sim we're going to be talking about is lovely Jenny here. So Jenny, can I just say, is gorgeous. Obviously, she is definitely a very pretty older mum. She looks quite young still, which I think I might need to edit that slightly. She needs to have like a couple of like age wrinkles, I think. But Jenny is 39 years old in my game, so she's quite a lot younger than what Paul is, but nevertheless, she's still very much in love with him. So her birthday is technically the second day of spring, but obviously because we don't have spring, she is going to be the second day of the first summer season. She is a family sim and a secondary popularity. She is all about family as well as what Paul is. She wants a big family. She wants to be that doting, loving mother that has lots of babies. Her lifetime wish is to reach golden anniversary. So she wants to be able to reach that anniversary with her husband and have a very happy life together. Her lifetime, sorry, I've already said lifetime wish. Her relationship, sorry. She's obviously very good with her husband and her children, and she is nearly close with all her brothers, but she is friends with Laszlo. Doesn't really know her, technically her half sisters slash sister-in-laws. No, they are her half sisters, aren't they? Yeah, half sister slash stepdaughters. But I've already spoke about that. We're not going to be going down that route. Technically, not related biologically by blood anyway. So yeah. She has got a career. She is a level 3 nurse, so she's in the medical career. But she's not really focused on her job a lot, to be honest. She doesn't have any wants particularly to get promoted or anything like that. She's just happy being a nurse, I think, and she only works 7 till 2, so she gets that time to come back to her family and have fun. She's got various skills in cleaning, cooking, etc. Her personality, she's a Taurus. She is very nice, and then mostly neat, but otherwise she's a bit of a serious person. She's got a good fitness level as well. She is interested mainly in environment, entertainment, culture, fashion, food. Not really a lot, to be honest. And she's got a hobby. Let me have a look at my spreadsheet because it's not on here. She's into art. So yeah, she's into her painting mostly. Otherwise, her memories are pretty much the same. She remembers having Jack. She had a few parties in between and going on dates with Paul. And then obviously she remembers getting Jessie as well. Her traits, I've given her artistic, family-oriented, hopeless romantic, a schmoozer, and a virtuoso. So that is pretty much Jenny in a nutshell. And then, as I said, she is currently pregnant at the moment with her 4th child and Paul's 6th child. So, yeah, we'll obviously have to see how many children they do have. But I imagine it's going to be a lot. It always is in my games. But anyway, guys, so that's all about Jenny pretty much. The next sim I'm going to be taking you to is their first eldest boy, Johnny. Okay, everybody, so we are now here with a young, good-looking Johnny. And as you can see, he looks a lot like his mum, really, apart from obviously the alien skin. He has got a lot of genetics from his mother in particular. So Johnny is the eldest child out of all of the Smith children. So he is currently 17 years old. So he is the same age as what Ophelia is. So they're going to be going to college together, hopefully. He is a pleasure sim. In my game, he is very much into wanting to go to college. He wants to have loads of parties, mix in with people, have fun. He's all about the fun life. Obviously, I don't give my teens lifetime wishes, so I'm not going to go into that. But his relationships, obviously, he's got a very strong relationship with his girlfriend, Ophelia, and all of his family, pretty much. He's another sim that cares about family, even though he's not a primary family sim. As he gets older, we're going to have to do his secondary aspiration, and he might even come out as a secondary family. You just don't know what's going to happen. But as you can see, he is nearly friends with Hermia Cap down here. Not too fond of Rip Grunt by the looks of it, and either Miranda Cap either. But he has got chemistry with Angela Pleasant, guys. Yeah, we probably want to avoid that one. But anyway, he's a C student at school. He's one that doesn't particularly wants to do his homework, so hopefully we can avoid him failing school, because I would like Johnny to go to college, but obviously it is down to him and what he wants to do. He is he's got a good body skill, he has no talent badges yet. His personality, he is a Gemini. He is outgoing, nice, and he's very sloppy as well. He has got max fitness level, so he is a fit sim. He likes to keep fit, do sport and that, I reckon. His interests, he's into entertainment, culture, health, sport, and school and travel. His hobby, I think, is sport. Yeah, it is. It's sport. So that's why I've given him the goalpost outside the backyard. And then his memories, really, he just remembers, like, obviously going to study with Ophelia. He's like woohooed with her already. He's had a family reunion, gone on dates, made lots of best friends, basically. So that is pretty much him. His traits I've given him as athletic, good sense of humour, party animal, and he likes cars. I've given him a cell phone down here. And yeah, that's basically Johnny pretty much, guys. His outfit is very sporty. He's in like a basketball looking outfit. But otherwise, I've given him this like man ponytail bun thing. Just because, it gets his hair out the way when he wants to play football and that. So I thought I'd give him that. I think it looks quite cute on him, actually. So yeah, that is Johnny, guys. And then we're going to be moving on to our final sim. Well, not final sim, but final elder child, Jill Smith. Okay, guys, our last child that has personality, etc., is Jill Smith over here. She is the eldest daughter of Jenny and Paul over here. So, Jill, what can I say about Jill Smith? So, Jill is currently 9 years old in my game. Her birthday is the last day of summer, so she is going to be aging up right at the end of the year. She has wanted at the moment to do her homework and get an A-star report card, so she is a very good girl. She's very intelligent. As you can see by her relationships, she is friends with all of her family yet again, and her uncle Laszlo. And she knows various other people, but doesn't have relationships with them. As I said here, she is an A+ student, so she's doing really well at school. She doesn't have any proper skills yet, though. We're going to have to work on that for her. No talent badges as of yet. Her personality, she is a Virgo. She's very neat, playful and nice, and she's a bit shy and lazy, but otherwise she's got a good personality. She is nearly on the chunky end, so we're going to have to probably watch that for her as well. Her interest is into environment, culture, fashion, travel, animals, toys, and school. She's got a hobby in film and literature, just like her dad. She likes watching films with him and having a good childhood, basically, by watching kids' films, etc. So she is a very good all-round sim, bless her. And again, she doesn't really have any proper memories yet because we've not really done a lot, but otherwise she is a very good kid. Her traits I've given her is animal lover. She's a good sim and she loves the outdoors. So she's going to be an interesting sim. She always is. I always think Jill goes one way or the other. Like she's going to be either a very good princess, very lovely, very goody two-shoes. But I've also had Jill be a little bit of a rebel when she's a teenager. So, you know, it could go one or both ways. So we'll have to see what she's like when she ages up. But otherwise, guys, that is pretty much it. I will quickly just show you little Jack, who is down here in his cot. He's asleep at the minute, but he has got green eyes. He's got ginger hair. And this is because Paul was ginger-haired when he was an adult. But he's got a good mixture of Jenny and his genes. He has got the human features as well. He doesn't have the alien ones like his cousin Tycho does. But otherwise, that is Jack Smith. So guys, that is pretty much the Smith family in a whole. Our next family I will introduce you to is the notorious Grunt household. So stay tuned for that. Okay guys, we're back in neighbourhood mode and I'm going to be taking you to our next household, which is over here. So our next household is the Grunt household. So the Grunts are like the military style family in Strangetown. So we've got General Buzz Grunt, who is a single dad. He has been raising 3 boys up by himself for quite a while now. He did have a wife called Lila Grunt. But as you saw in our Spectre household, her grave is in their garden. And this is because speculation is Olive murdered her to get back at General Buzz for being mean to her. And yeah, so he was an enemy of Olive when she was alive. And also General Buzz hates aliens. He cannot stand anything sciencey related. So he hates Paul. He hates Paul's son, Johnny, and his eldest son, Tank, is pretty much the same as him. He's very racist towards aliens, both them two are. And yeah, so it's a very toxic relationship that General Buzz has with his children, I'd say. I don't find him a particularly very good dad. He is teaching his eldest son basically how to be like him. And his 2 youngest children have got the interest in becoming like him. So that's why he gets so frustrated with Rip in particular, their middle son. But anyway, we'll get into that when we get into the characters. But anyway, so their bio says, the military boys of Strangetown have never had it easy. Tank is continuing to impress his dad, whilst Rip does not have any interest in forming relationships with his brother or his father. And poor Buck just does not seem to get noticed by any of his family. So there we go, guys. That pretty much sums up the relationships that this family have with one another. But let's get into the family and we will explore these characters in more detail. Okay, guys, so we have now turned up into the Grunt household. And as you can see here, their military sort of like bunk house looks quite different to how it usually looks. But it's still keeping like that military vibe, I think, to be honest. But I've made a couple of changes. So at the front here, General Buzz has got his own truck, but he does still use the helicopter to go to work in because he's a general level 10 in his career. And then at the back here, they've still got the career reward where General Buzz teaches his sons how to do the obstacle course. There's a couple of swings back here for Buck, and then we've also got like a little mini courtyard where they can come and use the punch bag, come and eat and play on the chess table. But anyway, let's get into the bulk of the house. So on the top floor, we have got various bedrooms and activities going on. So over here at the front of the house, we've got Rip's room, which is very messy, very teenage boy-like. He's got his own piano, a keyboard, He's got an unmade bed, which will piss General Buzz off. He's got his own computer, various posters and that on the wall, his own dresser, etc. We've got the family bathroom over here with a shower, no bathtub or anything. On here we've got the landing area, so we've got a seating area, an exercise and pinball machine, along with a bookcase and various seating. Over here, we're next to Rip's room, we've got Book's room. So he has got like an old childhood set. He's got the castle bedroom set, which came with family fun. And yeah, he's quite a good kid. He's got his things sorted apart from his bed. Over here, we've got General Buzz, who also doesn't have a made-up bed. General Buzz, what are you doing? So he has got his own ensuite half bathroom pretty much. He's got a toilet and that in there. And then over here we've got Tank's room. He is the only one that's made his bed, so he's keeping to his military personnel. But that is his room. And then downstairs we have got like an open living space. So we've got the TV and living room area over here. We've got a computer area and various exercise equipment over here. We've got another family bathroom over here downstairs with a bathtub, a shower, etc. And then over here we've got the dining room / kitchen area where they come and eat and everything, etc. So that is the house, guys. Now I'm going to take you into some of the characters, and we're going to be starting with General Buzz. Okay, everybody, so as I said, our first sim we're going to be looking at is General Buzz Grunt, or I just like to call him Buzz, really. So Buzz is the founder and the father of the family. He is a fortune sim. I think usually he's a popularity sim, I want to say, but in my version he's a fortune sim. He is 38 years old in my game, and he is also a secondary knowledge sim. So his lifetime wish is pretty obvious. He wants to become the general level 10. He's pretty much achieved that. He is currently a level 10 general in his military career. So he is the boss, basically, of the military state in Strangetown. So he's at work 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every single day, Monday to Thursday. What else can I say about him? So he is another sim in the town, which is not very nice. He is a very strict, very grumpy, very sort of like doesn't show love towards his children really, including his favourite son, which is Tank. He doesn't really show him love, but he shows him like authority. He shows him how to be a hard nut basically, and yeah, he's not a very nice person in my opinion, and not a very good dad really either. So his relationship, so he's not romantically involved with anyone yet, although he does have a couple of chemistry with different people. His only friend out of all of his children is Tank. He is best friends with his eldest son, and he is proud of his eldest son for wanting to go into the same line as he is. He is in a negative relationship with his next eldest child, which is Rip, and I don't think him and Rip like each other at all. They're both very different people, and he classes Rip as a disappointment, I think, and well, I think when Rip eventually does leave this house, I don't think they will have any relationship whatsoever with one another, which is very sad. And then Book he's okay with, but he still sees Book as a bit of a disappointment as well, I think, which is sad because he's only young. I think Book's only like 9 years old. So he's been very hard on his sons, but that's just the sort of person he is. His father above him, he was very hard on him, so I guess it's like I'll pass it on to my son attitude, to not show love or attention. But otherwise, he doesn't know many other people in the town, and he's enemies, obviously, with Paul. And he doesn't like Loki or Vidkin Curis either, because they're scientists, and he doesn't like sciencey things. He's very rude to a lot of people, really. He's got good skills, though. He's got max body. He's got good mechanical and charisma. He has no talent badges yet, though. He's a Leo, so that means that his birthday is going to be the second day of the second summer, sorry. So he's going to be aging up about here. And his personality, he's very active, very serious, and pretty much grouchy all the time. He's max fitness, obviously being a general, he keeps up with his fitness quite well. He's interested in politics, environment, crime, food. It says he's got a keen interest in sci-fi, but I kind of interpret that as him wanting to investigate science, and then he's wanting to like punish people who are interested in science, like aliens, and that he's wanting to punish aliens in particular. So yeah, that's my interpretation of it. He has got a hobby, and it's looking at it from my spreadsheet. He's got a hobby in fitness, and so yeah, he's very fit. He likes to keep up with his fitness all the time. And his memories, so he remembers Rip failing school pretty much. He remembers obviously getting the top of his military career. He remembers Buck getting an A plus card. And he's just met various other people, really. No significant memories as of yet. His traits, I've given him angler, athletic, hot-headed, no sense of humour, and he's a perfectionist, so he likes to make sure things are in order, pretty much. So that is pretty much general buzz, guys. I've given him a very smart looking shirt and trouser set because I think he would be a very neat sim, obviously with being a general. He has no time for nonsense. He has no time to be messy, so he's quite well presented of himself. So yeah, that is pretty much general buzz, guys. The next sim I'm going to take you to introduce is his first eldest son, Tank. Okay, guys, so this is Tank Grunt. This is the eldest son of all the boys. So Tank is pretty much like his dad, to be honest. He's just like a little mini version of him, really, in looks and in personality. So Tank is 16 years old. He is the eldest, obviously. So his birthday is the first day of winter, technically, but obviously in Strangetown it's going to be the first day of the second fall season. So he's going to be 17 soon, and he wants to go to college. So I am going to lock that in for him. So he is, as I said, he's pretty much a narcissist, just like his dad is. He's enemies with Johnny Smith, who is the pollination technician number 9, Smith's son in the Smith household. He hates aliens just like his dad. He's a big bully for his younger brother Rip, and he is basically learning his father's traits, his ways, his demeanour. He wants to impress his dad. He wants his dad to basically be proud of him, and he has to be like his dad in order for him to achieve that. So he's in this mindset that, well, if I'm like my old man, he will respect me. So he's got that problem with wanting to be like his dad, pretty much. And it's quite sad, really, because I think deep down Tank would be a nice person, but because his dad's taught him how to be such a horrible boy, he's going in his father's footsteps. So it's very sad in that sense. He also knows various other people. He's close to being friends with Mercutio Monty in Veronaville and Abhijit Wade, who is a townie. And then he just knows various other people. Doesn't like nervous by the looks of it. So yeah, he's not enemies with his brother anymore, but he's still not got a very good relationship with him. And, as we start playing them, it's probably that they're still going to fight with each other. They're still going to be enemies, potentially. So that's him with his relationships. He's a C+ student, so he's not doing the best in school. But I don't think General Buzz minds this so much, because obviously although he thinks education is important, he would rather his son go into the military and focus his actions on that mainly. He's already got a job in the military. He's an overachiever with that. He's level 3 recruit. He's got a skill in body, which he's quite up in. Otherwise, he is a Capricorn sim. He's very active on the nicer end and neater end, but he's still very serious, just like his dad. He is also max fitness as well. And his interests, he's into politics, crime, health, sports, and science, just like his dad. He's got a hobby in fitness, which he's got 2 enthusiastic points in already. And again, his memories, he's not really done much apart from Wee himself, and then got promoted and becoming top of the military career for his age. So that's pretty much him at the minute. He is a fortune sim, I forgot to mention that. He's a fortune sim in my version. And his traits, he is an athletic sim, he's brave, he loves the outdoors, and he has no sense of humour, just like his dad as well. So that is his personality. And I also forgot to mention, guys, that a storyline I'm going to be doing for this family is Tank is going to come out as gay in my game. He is a gay sim. He's sort of in the closet at the moment still, though. He hasn't told anyone that he feels like he's attracted to men. And he knows that if he does come out, it's going to ruin his relationship with his father. Because I see Buzz as well being a massive homophobic person. And I think this would tarnish his relationship with Tank, and Tank does not want that. So he's going to remain in the closet at the moment until he is at a point in his life when he will come clean to his dad about his sexuality. But obviously at the moment he is enjoying his relationship with his father. He he continues to want to pursue a career within the military, and he thinks because his dad's the general, he will get higher up in that career quite fast. So I think he still wants to obviously enjoy that with having his relationship with his dad quite well. And also as well, he doesn't want to disappoint his dad. I mean, he sees his other two sons as a disappointment, so he is quite proud that he is not a disappointment in his dad's eyes. But obviously this might change things if his dad were to find out. So yeah, that is the storyline I'm going to be going down with Tank, and hopefully it's going to be an interesting one. So yeah, but next we're going to go on to the next eldest child, which is Rip Grunt. Okay, everybody, meet my version of Rip Grunt, guys. He looks very, very different, indeed. So Rip in my game, he is still a romance sim, guys. He is a romance sim full and through. He is 14 years old in my game, so he's still like mid-teenage age at the moment. His birthday is the 3rd day of fall, so he's going to be aging up to 15 years old at the last day of this autumn. He is pretty much the same as what he was when in the base game. He is got different relationships with different people. He is a rebel. He's very gothic in his appearance, as you can see there. He's wearing black lipstick, eyeliner. He's got his gothic jacket and everything on. He is a pure rock gothic person, and his dad hates this about him. His dad finds him a troublemaker. He finds him to be lazy. He doesn't want to commit his life to anything. He just sees him as a total disappointment. And obviously this has a very bad relationship for him and his dad and his brother, because they all have the same values pretty much. And Rip just does not care. He does not want to be trapped in this military family. He can't stand the military. He wants to be a rock god. He wants to be able to perform his music. He wants to be... Oh, where are you gone, Rip? He wants to be the life of the party. He wants to take charge of his own life. He wants to be able to do what he wants to do. So I think he kind of acts out and like pisses his dad and his brother off on purpose. Because he's just showing him, I don't care what you think of me. I want to be this person and you're not going to do anything about it. So that's why he has such a bad relationship with his dad and his brother. But he's really good friends with his younger brother, Buck. I think these two kind of stick together because they know that they are classed as the disappointments of the family. So he does show his younger brother a lot of kindness, a lot of support for him, and vice versa, really. Buck looks up to him. But otherwise, he's got good relationships with people. He's romantically involved with Miranda Cap, Juliet Cap as well, surprisingly. And he's got high chemistry with Ophelia, so it might be that when they go to college or anything like that, that some sort of drama happens between him and Ophelia. Who knows? I think he does have a secret crush on Ophelia. I think he always has done. But obviously he knows that him and Johnny are quite close to one another. So I don't think he potentially wants to ruin it on purpose. But if anything was to happen between them, he wouldn't miss out on the opportunity, really. And then he just knows various other people. He's got chemistry with Tybalt Cap. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Rip is bisexual, and he does not care what his dad thinks. His dad knows that he's bisexual, and that even makes him hate Rip more. So yeah, he is doing pretty crap at school. He's got a D plus. He doesn't really care about school. And again, this makes his dad pissed off at him, which I'm sure Rip is thriving on. He is a very creative person. He's got good creativity skill. In particular, his guitar, he likes doing it on. He is a Sagittarius. He is outgoing, nice and playful. Very lazy and sloppy though. He's soon going to be chunky if he's not careful. His interests, he's into entertainment, culture, food, toys and animals. He's got a hobby in arts and crafts, but I think I'm going to change that to music and dance potentially because he doesn't really care for art, to be honest. Oh, and I forgot to mention, guys, he has actually got a girlfriend at the moment. He is with Miranda Cap in Veronaville. I mean, this is probably going to be only a short-term relationship because obviously being a romance sim, he wants to have two loves at once and he also wants to make out 3 different sims. So he is not a loyal person, really. This is his rebellious side coming out as a teenager. He's got traits in being artistic, couch potato, grumpy and a rebellious sim. So I think they suit him quite well. And that's pretty much Rip, guys. He just does his own thing. He is in his leathers and gothic makeup and hair. So, you know, I like Rip. I think he's a very interesting and funny character when I play him. So we'll have to see what he gets up to. But otherwise, that is pretty much Rip. And then we're going to move on to Young Buck, bless his heart. So our final sim for this family is Young Buck Grunt, bless him. He is the second disappointment child in this family. Oh, I think it's so horrible how they treat him. But Buck is 9 years old in my game. His birthday is the 2nd day of fall, so he's going to be aging up tomorrow technically, so he's going to be 10 years old. So his relationships, he's pretty much only friends really with his brother, Rip. He's quite a lonely child, but he is friends with his with Bottom Summer Dream, who is from Veronaville. He's a very lonely child, I think. He doesn't get shown a lot of love by his dad or his eldest brother Tank. But he's happy that he does have his older brother Rip to watch out for him. But yeah, as I said, he doesn't seem to get noticed much by much of his family. He's very lonesome. He's not interested in pursuing military either. He's very much an animal lover. He wants to go into something to do with animals, and I think his dad pretty much sees him as a wimp for this. He's like, you know, you should be a military person just like your brother. You know, don't go down that route of being like your other brother Rip, etc. So his dad is quite hard on him. And as you can see, he's not friends with his dad or his brother really, but he's not got a massive bad relationship with them. He is an A+ student, so he does well at school. He likes school. It's his escape place, I think, from all the drama that he has to suffer at home. He's got skills in creativity and body. He's got a Scorpio personality. He's very neat and nice, but he's very serious. That he gets from his dad as well. But otherwise, his interest is into culture, fashion, school and toys and animals and entertainment. He has got a hobby in film and literature, so again, he escapes by watching TV quite a lot, and you know, I think his dad judges him for this as well, so he's not actively doing anything. And then he has got various memories, obviously, his mum and dad splitting up, and then his mum dying. I think this has had a great impact on all the boys, to be honest, their mum dying. And then obviously remembers Rip failing school as well. So that is basically my grunt household, guys. And yeah, so very toxic family, really. Very much a struggling family in terms of relationships. But I'm looking forward to playing them. So we'll have to watch out for these guys when we do start playing and see what drama they get up to. But yeah, so I'm going to go back into neighbourhood mode now. And we're going to meet our last and final family for this video. So stay tuned. Okay everybody, so we're back in neighbourhood mode now, and we're going to be going to our last and final family for this video, which is the loner family. So you guys are probably thinking, oh well, hang on, you've missed a family out, the singles. Well, the singles are currently not actually in Strangetown. The singles are in downtown. I moved them there. I did not move them to Strangetown. But I will be introducing them in my Blue Water Village / Downtown video, which is going to be the last video of the introductions. So don't worry guys, I've not missed them out, it's just that they're not in Strangetown. But anyway, so we have AJ Loner here, who is our last sim we're going to be talking about today. So AJ has come to Strangetown hoping to find himself. Will he be successful in his new home, or will the odd things that always seem to happen there drive him away? So we're going to go into AJ's house and we're going to be talking to him, talking about him in a bit more details. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, everybody, we are now in AJ's house, and this is the renovated Fratana version of his house with extra bits that I've personally added up. So daisy. So at the front there, you just saw that he had his car and driveway, and then at the back here, we've got like an open porch area where he's got a dartboard, a stereo area, and a hot tub at the back here, with a barbecue as well. So this household won't take long to look at because it is literally just one story. So over here at the front entrance, we have got basically an open plan kitchen, dining and living room space. He's got his own TV set up over here with his computer desk, and then at the back here we've got a bathroom, and then this is AJ's room. He's got his own double bed, dresser and an art easel. So yeah, that is basically the renovated house, to be honest. And then here we've got young AJ. So AJ looks a bit different. Usually a lot of people like to make AJ quite smart and sophisticated. But in my version of AJ, he's a little bit of a rebel, to be honest. So AJ, he is 26 years old in my game. His birthday is the 3rd day of spring, technically. But it's going to be the 3rd day of the first summer season in this playthrough. He is a pleasure and secondary romance sim, guys. So that's why I've made him look a bit rebellious. He's pretty much a heartbreaker, it's fair to say. His lifetime wish is to become a DJ. He wants to make 10,000 simoleons working as a DJ. So he's very much into his partying, into his nightclub mode. He's all about the music, all about the dance culture, etc. And yeah, he does his own thing, really. So his relationships wise, he is romantic with Kristen Lost, which is always seems to happen in my game. Them two always seem to have some sort of relationship with one another. So yeah, they've got a thing going on. Also, he's got a thing going on with Jan Tellerman, who is a townie in The Sims. He's also got something going on with Bianca Monti. He's got a bit of a crush on her. And he's also got chemistry with Erin Beaker as well, and Lola Curious. So he's starting to make his way around a lot of women in this Uberhood. And, you know, he's a typical young Jack the Lad. He doesn't care. He's a Don Lothario in the making. Which is not a good thing, guys, really. But anyway, he has got a career in the Slacker career. He's a level 3 convenience store clerk. And he's not interested in the Slacker career, but he just wants to earn a bit of money. So he's working a job in that. And then in his spare time, he practices his DJing. And eventually I do want to open like a nightclub for him in downtown, potentially, where he can, you know, make more money being a DJ in that sense. But otherwise, his personality, he is a Gemini. He's quite outgoing, neat, and he's on the nicer end. He is nearly max fitness in his fitness level. His interests, he's into politics, paranormal, food, toys, and culture. He has got a hobby in music and dance, obviously. He likes his music. His hobbies, so he's been on quite a few dates. He got struck by lightning at one point. But yeah, he's just making his way around a lot of people. He learnt how to break dance when I started playing him. He's been having parties. So yeah, he's living the dream in his eyes, clearly. And then his traits, I gave him daredevil, flirty, good sense of humour, a party animal, and a virtuoso. So that is pretty much his personality in a nutshell, guys. This is what I've given him to wear. He's in like a long jacket type thing with slacks and trousers and a beanie hat. And he is practicing his artwork. So yeah, that is AJ Loner, guys. And that is his house pretty much. So he was a nice, quick, simple sim to do. AJ was a sim bin family, so he doesn't particularly have a storyline really. So it's up to you what you do with him. Obviously, this is going to be my storyline for him, and we'll see what he does. But yeah, that is basically AJ, guys. Okay guys, so that is the last family of my Strangetown introductions. So that means that I've come to the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and taking the time to look at my Strangetown part of my Uberhood. As always, leave any comments or suggestions down below in the description box. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and in my next video we're going to be exploring the Veronaville families, so stay tuned for that one. And please help to like and subscribe to my channel, guys, if you are new. It just helps to get my channel out there. And obviously, yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye bye for now.